that beat hard, yo. Yeah, it's the Heavy Hitters Radio Show. All right, for the people looking confused right now, that's the MacBook commercial. Remember they showed the MacBook turning around and then it opened up and it had like the little Bart Simpson, all the little back things. You still confused. Oh, we need some V over here. Just a little bit. Right there. Yeah, you good.
There we go.
So, Keely, you had that stun look in your face. You remember that commercial?
I mean, vaguely.
Yeah, the MacBook turns around and opens up like this. Right there. It's like, yeah. I had to find that joint, though. But anyway, we digress. It's the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We'll go ahead and jump right into the
B-side.
B-side. Not to be confused with the D side. Anyway. Yeah.
So tonight this is Oscar Kilo.
Yes. We had an actual professor in the building.
As a guest.
He's not...
Professor X.
Yeah, Professor X. Yeah, Professor X there, who was killed in X-Men 2.
But came back for the last movie.
But came back for the last 3 movies.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
Good to have you back, sir.
He came back for the B-side with no wheelchair. Now he's walking.
He's walking, yo. He transformed. He actually got hair, too.
And hair.
A nice little hair. I mean, he got the mohawk work. I mean, yeah.
I mean, this last movie, since they can now go back in time
yes.
and they don't need a DeLorean to do it, I mean, anything's possible.
Anything. Matter of fact, he was the professor, as he's late. So, we can't go on air right now. We're doing a live radio show.
Live radio show.
Live. It's live.
So we got, on the B-sides, we want to talk about, I mean, this has been something that's kind of come up today with, if any of you have seen the Cincinnati Reds general manager essentially losing his shit. We're keying that up for you tonight. We are going to try on the Heavy Hitters. We're actually going to bring you and play the press conference. But we're going to talk about this in general in that ESPN, as Professor X on our break brought up, that ESPN essentially became TMZ, that they create a story, they create a rumor, and then they essentially take the next 4 or 5 days to talk about said story, and then that's the news, because they're on a 24-hour news cycle, and especially in this dead zone of sports where the NFL draft hasn't started yet.
So it's rumor.
It's the NBA playoffs. If your team hasn't made it, sorry,
I put like this. ESPN is the single reason why Tim Tebow doesn't have a job until recently. It's because of ESPN. Because all the coverage and the hype, the showing up, the constant is going to make the team. Like, nobody wants to deal with that distraction. Michael Sam is the reason why he don't have a job in the NFL is because of ESPN and all the footage and all the stuff. They don't want that. NFL is like, nah, man, we good with that, man. It's cool. You halfway decent. I'm straight. I'll take another halfway decent player who brings no drama.
Zero.
You know what I'm saying? Because you mean tell me, did anybody watch the St. Louis Rams and the quarterbacks they trotted out after Sam Bradford went down? Like Austin Davis? What? You mean tell me Tim Tebow is not better than Austin Davis, who was working in like some convenience store bagging groceries?
Austin Davis might be able to throw a better spider.
Say what?
Austin Davis might be able to throw a better spider.
He might be, but no, Tim Tebow's a winner, man. You don't win in college. Get a man a shot at least. He went to the playoff game and then got cut.
He took a very sad and sorry team
to the playoffs.
And John Elway said no.
Yeah.
We're going to go with Peyton Manning, who...
I would have went with Peyton also.
who always wet the bed anyway.
Choke.
Yeah, Peyton Manning is a choker, man.
So we want to start it off. Yeah. We're going to start this. We're going to frame up. Let's frame this press conference up. So one of the Cincinnati Reds, and I don't know the player's name, is their designated hitter, and they were getting ready to play another opposing team, and they were wondering why he wasn't around for the interviews. And, you know, I want you to key in on this press conference. The best part about this is you can slowly just feel the general managers. It's going to general agitation to now I'm pissed to now I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah. Full on lose my shit mode. Here we go.
On Devin right now that you can update us with. Well, obviously he's not here. We broke that story last night, apparently. He's home for family reasons, and he will not return until tomorrow. Thank you.
So you expect him back tomorrow?
Can I ask you a question? Sure. I don't understand what the importance is for everybody to know if we have a player that's not here. We don't benefit at all from the other teams knowing that we don't have a player. It doesn't. You don't have to be a Reds fan, but it doesn't help us if our opponents know who's here and who isn't. That's what I want to know.
Well, as a fan, I'm wondering. Well, here's a spot for Devin Mesoraco. Why isn't he here?
Where was the spot?
It's a pinch hitter. I mean, he's an all-star with 25 home runs last year. He hits. I know you. I asked if it was a left-handed bat. You said no.
I don't get it. It's look, I don't need you guys to be fans of the Reds. I just need to know that if there's something that we want to keep here, that it stays here. We don't need to know that Tucker Barnhart's in the airport when we haven't spoken to Kyle Skipworth. I think we owe that kid the right to be called and told that he's going to be sent down, as opposed to reading that Tucker Barnhart's on his way from Louisville. I don't get it. I don't get why it's got to be this way. Has it always been this way, where we just tell everybody everything? So every opponent that we have has to know exactly what we have, which relievers are available, which guys are here and which guys aren't here, when they can play, what they can do. It's nobody's business. It's certainly not the opponent's business. We've got to deal with this bullshit. I'd like to talk, and I have spoken as candidly as I can with you people. If that's not good enough, I won't say a thing. I'll go yes sir, no sir, and I can do that. But I've been as candid as I can be about this team and our players, and we got to deal with this. Every team that we play has to know every guy that's here and what they can and can't do. Me, it's a disgrace. I'm sick of it. It's hard enough to win here to have every opponent know exactly what the we bring to the table every day. I don't like it. That's what I'm saying. Make it very clear. I don't like the way that this is going at all. I don't like it. I don't think you guys need to know everything. And I certainly don't think that you need to see something and tweet it out there and make it a world event. How the do we benefit from them knowing that we don't have Devin Mesoraco? How do we benefit from that? They benefit from it. I just want to know how we benefit from these people knowing that we don't have a player here. Can you answer that? How is that good for the Reds?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's making my job harder.
I'm sure it is.
Well, thank you. I just don't know if that's what we're supposed to do. Are we supposed to open up everything here for everybody to know all the time? So that's all I want to know, what your expectations are, because if I got to tell these guys, we got to go out there and they know we don't have Devin Mesoraco, what benefit is that to me as a manager and our team to win a game?
He hasn't been there for a week and a half.
I just want an answer on how we benefit from them knowing that Devin Mesoraco isn't here.
I don't think you do, and I don't know that that's my job.
Your job isn't to sniff out every little thing that is about the Reds and put it out there for every other guy to hear. It's not your job. You want me to be candid with you? I've been candid with you. I talk to you guys like men. I tell you what the is going on with the team. I tell you how I'm feeling about it as candidly as I can. And then this, you got to watch this. I got to read out on a tweet from our own people in here that we don't have a player. How the does that benefit the Reds? It doesn't benefit us one bit. We try to go out there and win games. I got to come in here and then you guys blow it all over the place. Who we can play, who we can't. I'll tell you what I want you to know. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't tell you.
Appreciate it. You did not lie to me, and I appreciate that.
I'm up a rope in this business because everyone has to know everything all the time. And that's not my obligation. It's not their obligation. You know why Billy Hamilton didn't play the other day? Because his fingers hurt. He couldn't hit right-handed comfortably. Right? So that's something that I need to know and no one else needs to know. No one else needs to know it. And all of a sudden it's out there. Fingers are sore. It doesn't benefit us. It wasn't from you. But it doesn't benefit us one bit to announce to the other teams that were playing, bring in lefties whenever they need to get Billy out. It's no benefit. So I'll be honest with you, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of second guessing.
Dude, he is livid.
I'm not going to tell you everything about this club because you guys are going to go out there and sniff it out anyway. I don't like it. Bend over backwards and be honest and direct with you guys, and you stick it right at my. And I'm sick of it. What do you got?
No more questions.
No more questions. Like he's done.
Now, it should probably be important to note the reason, and I was just reading this, is the reason he was so pissed off was this wasn't ESPN that led the story. This was the local Cincinnati
the beat writer,
Enquirer writer that broke the story that said, "Hey, everybody, I found out because I'm in the locker room and I got extra special access." So I can understand him being, but and I'll also point out they went on to win that game 6-1. So they did win. But I mean, he does have. I'm sorry, what?
Right.
I mean, I haven't seen a Pilgrim that pissed off since Jack Nicholson and "You Can't Handle the Truth."
Right. He was
because that's about what that was.
But no, what made that press conference kind of eerie or scary is he was calm. Like he was upset, but it wasn't a what's his name, Denny Green.
Or
we know who they thought they were.
Or
Richard. Off the hook.
This isn't Richard Sherman. This was hey,
He said everything Bill Belichick wants to say.
Wants to say. You know what I mean? But like, come on, man. Like, I'm not gonna tell you. That's why Bill Belichick, he has everybody's on the injury list.
Well, and I mean, you don't have to like Bill Belichick because I certainly don't. But I appreciate, when this was, so rewind the clock about 10, 15 years ago, before they're going out to halftime, you didn't have this, cute, bleach blonde going, "So, Coach, what do you need to do to turn this around?" I mean, we're fans. We know what they need to do. They need to start winning. They need to start scoring.
Get your shit together. How about that?
So I like Bill Belichick's whole approach to,
But you know what's funny? It's better than the NBA because they get you before the first and fourth quarter. Like, dude, we at least at halftime, we going into the locker room. You want to talk to me right after the half and ask me some goofy ass questions like, "So how do you think your team played the first quarter?" "Yeah, we're down by 25. What do you think?"
Are you not watching the game? Because I'm here.
Are you not watching the game, man? And see, what people need to understand that the commentary's job is to create a story for the viewer to enjoy the game. It's not necessarily factual. You always hear Troy Aikman say, "Well, no, we had a meeting earlier. We talked about this." You mean tell me you talked about this particular moment that just happened right here? You discussed this exact thing? Yeah, it happened spontaneously in the game, but you discussed this. "Yeah, we discussed this last night when I see this play right here." Really, dude? Really? Y'all really discussed that? No, you didn't discuss. Their job is to paint. That's why it's called color. They add color to the situation.
And it's fluff. And I'm okay with some of the in-game commentary. It's just, as Professor X pointed out, it's the ESPN leaking a rumor, and then that becomes the story for the entire week.
And the thing is, there's no... The problem that I have is people come up with these they attack these athletes, and then they're wrong, and then there's no, "Oh, my bad."
My bad. I totally just ruined your entire reputation. Yeah. I mean, the one rumor, and we talked about this before the show that I love, the Bucs are going to give up their first pick. The Bucs haven't said
nothing was ever mentioned. And even with Jameis Winston, the way he was portrayed, people need to realize the rape story that happened. First of all, it was 2012, which is 3 years ago. And actually, the girl and him both admitted that he said that I had sex where it was a group thing where it was her and the guy. She was over there and she was willing to give up to everybody. It was not just him. It was multiple teammates and me. I've been in situations. I've been in rooms where it's the girls over there and everybody's just kind of yeah, and then you take the walk of shame and then you're upset. It happens. Yeah, but so none of this happened until he became Jameis Winston, Heisman Trophy. And it was like, oh.
Well, was this before he was shoplifting crab legs or after?
Well, even the shoplifting crab legs, you got me on that. Like, that's okay.
Or before he stood up in the cafeteria.
Hold on. Now, I've been in college. That happens on Professor Asking to you, that happens on every campus. Yeah, get up and fuck her in the pussy. That's like the biggest thing going around right now. So I get up and I am
Welcome
20,
to the B-sides.
I'm 20 years old. I'm 20. I'm 19, 20 years old. I'm going to do 19 and 20-year-old stuff, dog, period. That's what I'm going to do. When I was 19 and 20, I was doing all kind of dumb stuff because I'm 19, 20 years old.
And you're playing ball, and you're going
Dude, the war is at your feet. You get whatever you want. And first of all, why are you stealing crab legs when you Jameis Winston? Like, people will give you.
And I mean, I think that is kind of also the point of going,
yeah.
Why are you stealing crab legs?
Yeah. I forgot to pay for them because I've never paid before when I came here. See, that's what I think what happened is, like, I've never paid before. Why am I paying now?
But you might want to have a conversation.
No. What I'm saying is, like, he's probably used to going into that store, getting what he wants, and somebody take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden, the manager, somebody's mad, somebody got done wrong, now we tell him. That's what happened. That's what really happened.
We might agree to disagree on that particular point, but I think that we're going to have. I don't know. To me, it's going to see what's really the proof's in the pudding, and when whoever ends up drafting him, probably the Bucks.
Right.
And let's see what happens. I mean, is he really got some head case issues? And I would say if I'm a team, I'm looking at him going.
He's not Aaron Hernandez. He's not putting holes. Like if you heard the Aaron Hernandez stories when he was at Florida, like this dude like making Tebow drink liquor and all kind of like walking out on a check, talking about you gonna kill people. You know, poor Wes Welker wouldn't fix the video player for him and told him fix it yourself, Rook. He chased him outside and hit him up against the wall, told him I'll kill you. like. No, you hear about that? No, man. They said that Aaron, when he was a rookie for the Patriots, he was trying to watch film, so he couldn't get the thing started. So Wes Welker was in the locker room, and he asked Wes Welker, "Can you cut it on?" And he's a rookie, so Wes Welker was like, "Man, figure it out yourself, Rook," and walked out. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez was not having that. He chased him down the hallway and like roughed him up. Picked him up off the ground and slammed him against the wall. Was like, dude, I'll fucking kill you. No, if you go to any interview where they ask Wes Welker about Aaron Hernandez, no comment. He won't say a word. And no dude was crazy. Like Marvin Harrison out here, two pistols. With the Colts. Like, who saw that coming? Like, this dude is out. Did you see the special on E60? But dude was like, Marvin Harrison is trying to kill me. He looked dead in the camera, was like, Marvin Harrison is trying to kill me. And dude was like, the interview dude was like, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, y'all think he quiet, but Marvin Harrison is trying to kill me. And then 2 weeks later, dude was dead. Are you serious? Y'all hear about that story?
No, I haven't heard that story. We got to hear that story.
Oh, my God. You know what? Next we got to have to play on the show. Like, dude was on E60.
Okay.
Oh, we got Chris. We got Moose calling up. Let me go ahead.
We got A.K.A. Moose calling in. Moose,
as he's clearly driving, as we hear the engine going.
No, I mean, hey, Matt, it's Moose. You guys have totally demonstrated that if I'm not there, you're not in. I get it. I get it. What's up?
What happened, man? What you mean if you're not here, you're not in? We called you back.
Because I'm not. I called in the A side. I got no love.
No love.
No
we
love.
Got nothing but love.
We got nothing but love. We actually called you back and left you a nice little voicemail.
We did leave you a voicemail.
As we said, now Moose is a fan of the Colts. Do you remember the story on E60 where the dude was like, Marvin Harrison is trying to kill me?
He didn't kill anybody, but Marvin Harrison was a gangster.
Is a gangster, not was. He is.
Oh, yeah.
In South Philly, like he working the door at his club, running car washes, driving down the street, shooting at people. Yeah, Marvin Harrison, dog.
Hey man, hey, real quick, this Moose here, big guy. You know, we had all these policemen, so listen. So I am at the IU Notre Dame baseball game, and the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police are totally holding up traffic for my little C9 to cross, man. So you know what? They're not all bad. They're not.
Say not all bad? I mean, they're not bad until you resist arrest, and then you get what's coming to you. That's my stance. Don't resist arrest.
Or you throw a punch. This is Oscar Kilo. You throw a punch at him.
Yeah, you get what you deserve. Or if you shoot, you get ran over behind the car.
Don't throw a punch at IPD. Hey, fellas. All right, so check this out. So I told you, myself and my little C went to the IU Notre Dame.
It sounds like you're walking like you out of breath, dude.
Say what?
You struggling, man? You like you walking.
I'm not struggling, but I mean, I'm walking.
It's called a treadmill. It's called a treadmill.
Hey, am I the only one getting that? He's like, yeah, it's me and my little C. What up, yo?
I mean, I'm walking, but I'm not out of breath.
Yeah, so what's going on, Flair? So what happened? You and Little C?
Hey, man, anyway, it's all good, man. We're having a great time. We had a great time out here. Hey, so how did the show go? And give me a quick rundown of how it went. And now, before you do that,
actually, we still in the show.
You're on the show right now.
Yeah.
No, you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right, so folks, everybody understands this is the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We on Spreaker.com. We also on Independent Radio. Our Twitter is
Heavy
at Heavy
underscore
Hitters
underscore.
You know, you do realize you ain't got to say at anymore. You just put Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
No, it doesn't matter. Hey, so we're on Facebook, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We're on Instagram, at Heavy Hitters Radio Show, and then also you can also catch us on individual stuff. All right, so here's what I want to know. How is everything going? Somebody give me a rundown.
Well, I'm going to give you the rundown like this. A-Jeezy and Oscar Kilo took the studio mic game to a whole other level.
Yeah, we definitely get the mic game on point.
Okay.
I mean,
how'd that go?
Well, it's going.
I mean, you hear us loud and clear, right?
Loud and clear.
Sir. But I happen to know that the league was going to be there. And then
we got half the league.
Yeah, we got half the league.
We're gonna call it preseason.
We got Ramonski Love. We got Ramonski Love from V103 in the building, and then we got Professor X.
Professor X.
Professor X.
Yeah.
Is that one of my boys?
No, that's one of my boys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've got two pilgrims on the show.
Yeah. This show should be called Oreo.
or Thanksgiving dinner because we got that many pilgrims here.
Hey, Oscar Kilo.
Yeah.
GM, I'm gonna need you to keep it up, GM.
Keep it up.
Now
I'm here.
Did he call?
Did who call?
GM.
No, he did not.
No, he did not call.
No.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, so fellas, check this out. On May 5th,
right?
We will be live at the Indians game. Are you guys ready?
We're going to be live at the Indians game.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Pilgrims and the Indians. How did that end up?
We're going to call it Turkey Night. Turkey Night.
On May 5th, we're live at the Indians game.
All right.
We're going to do our show from there. Guess what? GM is throwing out the first pitch.
Is someone going to have to point him to where home plate is?
You gonna throw that mug in the outfield.
That's you know what?
And he's throwing the first pitch to first base.
Right.
And he's out at first.
Right. He gonna throw the first for like 50 cents.
This would be like a double play.
Oh my God.
Right. He gonna throw a double play. Hey.
I mean, if he throws the first pitch, do you think his dog's going to run after the ball?
Hey, all I'm telling you is that he told me that he is going to throw a strike.
They gonna have 3 catches.
What's that?
They gonna have like 3 catches out there. Hit the one in the middle, GM.
You guys are horrible, man. Hey, give me the weather at the front page.
The weather? I mean, we're inside. I mean, it's a cool 70 degrees.
Cool 70 degrees.
Okay, no, I'm not. When I say the weather, tell me how it's going.
I mean, again, is this like when your dad come in from school and want the rundown? Like, I'm confused, but we're doing a show, man. We got news stories we need to get to. You can be a part of the show.
You can be a part.
I mean, we got stuff we got to get to,
join in.
man. I mean, we still doing the show as we speak. This is not after. Now, we can go on the after show.
We'll go.
I mean, if you want to know how the A-sides went, you could listen to the A-sides. And where can you listen to the A-sides at? Go to Spreaker.com.
Spreaker.com. I mean,
Be careful, man.
hey, I'm loving it, dog. I'm loving it, dog. Because he told, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
We got news story. I mean, we got to get to the OKKK news segment.
I
Yeah?
will go.
go. Okay, here we go. So,
Yes.
probably one of the best OK News stories. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for taking us there. Appreciate it. Old Pocket Nuts. Pocket
We
Nuts.
got pocket nuts on the line.
We got Pocket Nuts on the line. Want to know how the A-sides went.
Forever, man.
Hey, I'm trying to get there. I'm taking forever. Okay, here we go. We're going to get into it. OK News. So the OK News is there was a woman who was having her lunch break out in her
I
car.
got a woman.
I got a woman who's having a lunch break out in a car, decided to recline her front seat, and the next thing she remembered was seeing pieces of skin on her steering wheel as she had to rush like crazy to get out. And what had happened was she had a can of de-icer underneath her front seat that she had forgotten about, and it got punctured and hit a line and blew up inside her car with her in it.
Real quick, I want to stop it right there. Do they have a picture of this woman?
I mean, I don't think we have a picture of her now.
'Cause I was going to ask, is she a large woman?
I don't know. I mean,
Cause I'm thinking the puncture of, you got to be pretty.
no. It was the automated seat. It was the automated seat as it was going back.
Also, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't that it was that she was heavy, but what I want to talk about is here we are. We're in April, and you got a can of de-icer in your car,
Under the
and
seat.
much more under the seat. Now, much more importantly,
How junky was your car?
let's say good call, but let's say it's in the middle of December and you're in the middle of an ice storm. What good is that can of de-icer gonna do for you inside of your car? Just I want to point that out.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you had to be a large woman that really didn't get scared about her car or anything like that, I mean, you know what? That is a walk-off for me. For sure, she was lazy and didn't get it, but holy cow. Folks, if you have the ice in your car,
Take it out of your car.
please take it out of your car and put it in your garage, your house, whatever,
Until the season is needed.
until November.
I mean, because we're looking at a picture of the car right now. It burnt out everything.
Okay.
All you see is a metal frame that's left. I mean, that's how intense.
So if I'm not, that looks like some type of Jeep or something.
Yeah.
Is it a Cherokee or something like that?
So
She had a
And
bunch
then-
of trash.
So
in there.
we're on the next one. So what we have next is we have a minor that recently died of skin cancer, and who's apparently had a regular habit of going to the tanning bed about every week, sometimes multiple times a week, and now her parents is suing. So what I want to ask here, it's 2015, and suddenly we're like, what? What do you mean tanning beds cause us cancer? I mean, seriously? I mean, what do you think?
Well, like this, you can tell this is definitely the Pilgrim perspective because I have no idea how tanning bed works at all. I just assume that you get in a bed with some ULV lights.
Well, you've got multiple bright lights. You've
I
got
don't
to
know.
wear special things over your eyes because it will seriously make you go blind.
My thing is, why would you? Again, like This the question I have. Like when you get in a tanning bed, like some women, they tan to the point where their credit score drop. Like literally, though, the cops start rationing them. Their beacon score drop. They get so tan. Like you lose all the white privilege. So you know.
They don't look tan though.
I mean, Professor X has got a good point. They don't ever look tan.
They look like Oompa Loompa.
They look orange.
They look a mess. And my thing is, who are these people's friends? Who are they freaking? I will tell you, like, dude, you look a mess. Like, you're not, like, no, like, dude, like, no.
You don't look good. I mean, you see people that tan multiple times. Their skin looks like leather.
Like leather.
They look like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't look good at all.
Like literally a piece
And you're
of
like,
shit.
what's worse is you're paying for this. I mean, I go about 3 times a week. Costs me about $30 every time I go. Like, I'm dropping $100
It's always
a week.
the extra tan with the beach blonde hair.
Right.
So you do like
That
a
looks
little-
natural.
That's the way to go.
You're looking real good. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, and
Identity Guard is calling you every day because like your ID and your face don't even match. like I don't get it, dude. Like you got tinted windows and you don't really have tinted windows.
They look like the dude that sang the Bone song. What was his name?
Cisco.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you grew up looking like Chrissy Snow on Three's Company, and then when you get older, you look like Cisco. It's like I don't get it. I don't get it.
it's just not, it's just not a good look.
It's not.
So to all my fellow pilgrims out
But
there,
you know what's even worse is when you take off your bra, like your chest is like white. Like I don't get that.
well, I mean, but a lot of people, that's the whole point. You go into a tanning bed is unlike in Europe where you can,
Go
tan
top.
fully nude. You get to tan.
I mean, I
everything's
think
off.
a woman's
Less-
nipples should be a different color than her regular titties. Like I don't want her nipples and her boobs to be the same exact color. Then you can't see them. It's
where
like,
you got to
yeah.
feel around, and you got some GM foreplay going on. I'm trying to read the book. I'm trying to read it. What's going on?
This is some GM foreplay.
GM
That is
foreplay.
awesome. Yeah. So
those
she got
are
cat.
my-
So the family gonna sue.
The family's going to sue, and they're trying to also start a foundation to raise awareness
That's weird.
about underage kids. I mean, let's just call it on tanning beds. It's 2015.
Let's just
I
say
think you're about
parenting.
15 years late on that particular movement. Just throwing it out there. I mean, I think we should treat these like cigarettes, where unless you're 18, you can't use them, you can't buy them. Period.
How about what I hate? What happened to like parental responsibility? Like, dude, like you gonna sue somebody because they let your daughter go tanning? No, you let your daughter go tanning.
Exactly. I mean, because when you look at this article, you'll start to see all the comments are coming in, and a lot of folks are saying, "Hey, why are these parents suing?" Because technically, again, I don't tan. Just throwing it out there. As
So
a
you don't?
pilgrim.
We gave it away.
No. I mean, I come. My family hails from the land of the north of Norway. We're only 2 colors in the summer. That's white or bright red. That there's no in between. So I myself am not going to pay some asshole some money so I can burn myself. That ain't going to happen.
So you look like Mr. Krabs.
Yeah. Hey, anybody want lobster? I'm here selling lobster. So that's not going to happen. But, frankly, these parents, I guess, tanning beds, you're supposed to sign a parental waiver. So at the end of the day, I mean, what shade of orange was your daughter getting where you're like, hey, maybe this is too much? Maybe, you look like an 80-year-old woman.
Again, I don't understand. Like, I get that people get some color. Like, I want a little color to me, little bronze, whatever. That's cool. But, like, the overboard is like, dude, really? Like you ever seen those fail videos? Like, people just, like, look ridiculous. And they think they look good. I'm like, no, boo-boo. You don't.
Not at all.
Who knows? All right, next story.
So, next story that we want to talk about, this has been certainly the rage as this has been quite recently. There's been a lot of protests in Baltimore. So I want to switch it. I've been ending the OK News with the latest cop updates. So this week in Baltimore, where Professor X is from, hopefully that doesn't reveal too much. Maybe no,
Right.
maybe so. Okay, we're shift fire from that particular topic. So what's been going on is there was a gentleman that they arrested, was resisting arrest, threw in the back of a paddy wagon.
Say that one more time.
He was resisting arrest.
Okay.
And they threw him in the back of a paddy wagon, and, now my understanding of the situation, his name's Freddie Grays, ended up with a snapped neck, was it? A severed spinal cord, and was certainly crying out for help, and they didn't help out, and, long story short, Freddie Grays is no longer with us, correct?
So what you're telling me is if he wouldn't have resisted arrest, he would still be alive today.
I don't know, though. I mean, Professor X pointed out a good point that unless you've ever been in the back of a paddy wagon, apparently this is common practice there in Baltimore.
I've seen The Wire.
You've seen The Wire? That makes you great show.
Yes.
Great show. I would give it one brew.
Zero brews.
Zero brews. Okay. Well, you're handcuffed, but you're not belted in to the seat. So when they're, they like to take you on a joyride, kind of scramble you, taking the turns kind of sharp. So you're crashing against these iron bulletproof walls. Apparently it's not a good look. So maybe, I'm not so sure resisting arrest would have actually helped Freddie, whether he did or whether he didn't.
The coroner report said that the car was consistent with.
I mean, I think they're looking into that. But what I'd like to know is, Professor X, do you happen to know what was he arrested for to begin with?
I have no idea.
So we're going to have to get more news on that particular one because AGZ on our break pointed out a good point that so far in all these folks where people are getting upset and they're protesting, there's only been
two. I can recall
actual innocent people.
People did that. That's Trayvon Martin, and then that's the guy in South Carolina.
But to say resisting arrest, I mean, they can throw that onto any arrest, right?
But I seen the video of the guy on the horse. He was running from the law, and he got exactly what he deserved. Like, you cannot run. Even the guy in South Carolina when he was in the car.
Now that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
He took off running. Like, why are you running, dude? Like, why are you running?
Yeah.
Like, once you run, again, once you run,
No, running does not excuse a death sentence.
it does not. It does not. However, it increases your chances of a death.
And so I'm going to disagree with AGZ on this, but what I will say, or what he was getting ready
I've been
to
pulled
say,
over several times, and not one time I was like, no, I'm making a run for it.
But here's what I am going to point out. Compliance is always going to be your best course of action. It's yes sir, no sir.
Yeah,
and I'm going to point out, I'm a pilgrim.
What's up, heavy hitters, man?
And I'm a pilgrim. Hey, what's up, Moose, a.k.a. Big House?
Yeah.
Here on the Heavy Hitters on Spreaker.com and
Yes.
Facebook and Twitter and all that. So,
What is that?
but I'm going to point out compliance. Even me as a pilgrim, it's yes, sir, no, sir. I'm sorry that you had to go out of your way to pull me over today, sir. Once you start mouthing off, you are inviting. It's not right. I'll agree with Professor X. It doesn't justify it. I'm not
But
saying
why
it's
do
right,
it? Like,
but
I
you
don't
are
get it.
inviting a never-ending stream of bullshit down upon yourself.
You will lose. You're not going to win.
You're not going to win.
You're not going to win. And even they tell you in your Miranda rights, you have the right to remain silent.
I recommend taking that one.
I'm not saying anything.
But I am with. I don't like the fact that we have to come to grips, and I think that most of, and I'm going to say this, if you were a non-pilgrim, you were probably already aware of the fact that you were.
There are times we had a
Profiled,
DWB,
that
whatever.
you
But you know
were-
what? Every time, yes, officer, no, officer, here you go. Like, I know it's garbage, but guess what? I'm in a lose situation, so I'm not going to win. So the way I win is being compliant, handle your business, and let me pull off.
And I want to point this out. I think that most of the pilgrims now that they're seeing, especially last week with South Carolina, that was not a clean shot. There was no excuse for him to shoot that guy.
It was no excuse. No excuse.
None whatsoever.
However, when you flee, you invite that kind of stuff to happen. You invite it.
All right, the same thing, right? So you're in a bar, and and you're picking a fight with a dude that you know you're going to lose, and you're mouthing off, and you just basically get lit the fuck up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the wrong shot hits you. Like he lands one like right in your nose goes into your brain. You're dead.
Right.
That dude's culpable of murder, is he not?
Right.
Yes, he is.
Even though the guy that got his ass beat should have known not to fuck with him, right?
Right.
That dude's culpable of murder. So that police officer
that's
who
different.
was shooting him in the fucking back.
No.
That
Okay. Maybe I'm saying this wrong.
I think you're overgeneralizing all the story. You got to break them out.
What I'm saying is this:
Hey, yo.
when you run from the cops, bad things happen. I'll just leave it at that. Bad things happen.
Juju.
What up?
All right, listen. One, there's too many people talking at one time. So it sounds like you guys had a great conversation. However, it's really hard to make out who's talking about what, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is Musa Gay Big House, man, heavy hitters. And I think what will happen is that we will do a run back of this show because it sounds like it got heated. It sounds like that there was some great information going across, and that we definitely need to get the message out of what we're trying to get out from our perspective. Are you guys in agreement with that?
Yeah, so you saying the mics is too loud? You think it's too much feedback?
Yeah, I mean, you know what it was, man. It was truly too much going on. That sounds like Monsky's talking. Anyway, I tell you what, man. Hey, the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We're on Spreaker.com. We're also on YouTube, man. Please check us out. You know, it doesn't matter if we're there, if we're not there. Like I was at a baseball game tonight, man. I was still on there. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. Hey, man. Hey, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
Come on in.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, that's us now.
I got a woman.
In your mouth. I want to tell you that. Sometimes they can come on in your ear. They can come on in your soul. All right. Does everybody feel me on that?
Oh yeah, we gotta wrap it up. We got a few minutes left, but
2 more minutes.
All right, so listen up.
Land the plane.
Hey, listen up, folks. Check this out. If you want Indians tickets that support the Indy Thunder, please holler at us on Facebook. Please holler at us on our Gmail account. It's Heavy Hitters Radio Show at gmail.com.
yeah.
You know what? Support Indy Thunder. They have $10 tickets. And we will be doing the show there May 5th, man. The Heavy Hitters will be in the house at the Indians game May 5th. You guys ready for that?
Oh yeah, we'll be
We are
there.
ready for it.
All right, cool. Hey, man, check this out. You guys go on Twitter at Heavy
_.
Underscore.
Hey, man, I tell you what, you can also check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, and anything else on the Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Hey, I'm just going to repeat ourselves. We are where you are.
So get comfortable. Come on in.
Yeah, man, we out, man.
Hey, man, holla, man. We love y'all.
For OK, for the Professor X, for Monsky Love, I'm AGZ, and this is the Heavy Hitters. Peace.
She's there to love me both day and night. Never grumbles or fusses, always treats me right. Never running in the streets and leaving me alone. She knows a woman's